Hi guys, it's Michelle Hardy here from Dynamic Business Women, and Rebecca has asked me to come on board and just create a video for you guys on creating that first Facebook ad. I know creating that first ad can be a little bit daunting, a little bit scary, but I'm here to show you today that you can create an ad and be up and running within 5-10 minutes. Leveraging the power of social media can just really dramatically increase results in your business. So it's something if you're not already doing it now, it's something I highly recommend that you start looking into. Okay, so before you actually create your ad, there are a few things that you need to sit down and you need to work out. And the first one is obviously get clear on your objectives. What kind of ad do you want to run? Do you want to run an ad to increase Facebook likes? Do you want to bring more people over to your website? Do you perhaps have a free offer that you're wanting to market and get it out there to more people? So just get very clear on your objectives and the purpose of your ad. All right, the second thing is to really know your market. Some of you may or may not have heard of an ICA, an ideal customer avatar. And that is really defining who are your customers? Where do they live? What's their age, their income, their family? Are they single? Are they married? Just exactly who are they? The more you can define and create that avatar and know exactly who your customer is, the easier it's going to be for you to be able to create your ad. So take a bit of time to think about that, write everything down on a bit of paper, and just really brainstorm. All right, the second thing that you need to think of is your customer behavior, the psychology of who your customer is. What are their needs? What are their wants? What are their desires? What are their feelings and what are their mindsets? And you're probably thinking, well, why do I need to know these things? Well, it's actually going to help you create a really laser targeted ad to get only to the people who are your potential customers. You don't want to be paying for ads that are showing up to people who are not your customers. So you really want to really niche this down. And the other thing that you might want to think about doing is have a look and study what your competitors are doing. All right, how are they marketing? What's working for them? What's perhaps not working for them? Just go and check out and have a look at some other websites, some other Facebook pages, and just see what some of your competitors are doing and how they're marketing. Now, when you're creating your ad, you only have 90 characters in a Facebook ad to be able to convey your message. So you really want to look at this as creating a really big, bold headline. This is the most important aspect. 80% of people are only ever going to read headlines when they read the paper, when they read magazines, etc. So really spend a good amount of time on this, all right? Only 90 characters. So what you want to do is you want to write down as many different headlines. I would say pick 30. Just write down as many different ones as you can. And then just start to have a look at them, get rid of the ones that you don't like, that don't sit right with you, chop and change. You might want to mix two headlines together because you like one aspect of one and another aspect of another. So you want to keep making changes to really maximize the effectiveness, okay? So you want to make sure that your headline is so clear that people immediately know what you're going to be talking about, okay? So you want to show them to other people and perhaps get their opinions. And remember the WIIFM, okay? What's in it for me? Because that's what your customers are going to be looking at, okay? So your advertising isn't about you. It isn't about an ego boost, putting your logo out there and saying, hey, come like our page. It really is about them. It's about your customers or your potential customers. And they're going to be looking at your ad and they're going to be thinking, what's in it for me? Okay, so be quite benefit orientated, right? Think about what's the benefit. Why should they like your page? Why should they click through on your call to action button? Okay, don't make it about them. Make sure and also make sure it's different. You know, don't bore people into buying or opting in. Okay, so useful words that can make great headlines are how to's. How to decorate a cake like a professional in under 5 minutes, something like that. Also, the word new. People are always interested in perhaps something new, a new product, a fresh look on things. The word free. This often gets tremendous results because who doesn't like free things? Phrase it as a question. It can be something as simple as, are you sick of buying inferior cake making products? Something like that. Also, reasons why make great headlines. 7 reasons why baking cakes reduces stress. Click here to find out more. Okay, so they're really compelling headlines. They make people want to click that button, go to whatever page you're directing them to, and get more information. Okay, another thing that you want to think of is, make your copy. I know you've only got 90 characters, but make your copy really personal, like you're talking directly to the reader. All right, and again, this is where your ideal customer avatar comes into play. Make sure in your copy that you have a very strong, what's called a CTA, a call to action. Okay, make sure that they know exactly what they have to do after reading their ad. Whether it's a special opportunity or a free offer, click here. Make this clear, simple, and very powerful. Now, another thing that you might want to think about is you're going to need to upload some pictures with your ad. Now, I highly recommend that you use bright and bold colors, smiling people, that sort of thing, because it's human nature. It's going to draw our eye towards an ad that perhaps has a smiling face or some really bright colors that pop. All right, and if you're not able to create your own graphics, then Facebook does provide some royalty-free images. But if you want to make it a little bit more customized, then I highly recommend a site called pickmonkey.com. It's free and you can add some text to the picture that just, perhaps has a stronger call to action or has your logo on it or something like that. Now, one thing to remember that Facebook is going to reject ads with pictures in them that have over, I think it's 20 or 25% text compared to image. So if you are going to use image, you need to make sure that the total space of text that you've placed on your image equates to about 25% of the overall picture. And I wouldn't recommend using your logo as an image purely because I find that to be a little bit more ego driven. It's not about the logo because your logo doesn't sell anything, all right? You want to use a picture that's quite, that's relevant to what it is that you're selling or relevant to your brand or relevant to the product that you're trying to sell. Okay, so now that you've taken the time to sit down and work these things out, now's the time to create your first ad. Exciting! So let's get started. Okay, so let's just jump right in and create our first ad. And what you'll do is you'll need to be on your personal page, and on the left-hand side, let's click on Ads Manager. Once you're in Ads Manager, just simply click the green button here, Create Ad. Now, as you can see, there are a lot of different types of ads that you can do. You can send people to your website, increase conversions on your website, boost a post, promote your page, get installations of your app, increase engagement on your app, reach people near your business, raise attendance at your event, get people to claim your offer, get video views. So today we're just going to start off with a nice simple one, and I'm going to show you how to create an ad that will get you more Facebook likes. So let's go to promote your page. and then you pick your business page that you want to promote. Here you can create a campaign name. Now, this is quite simply for your benefit only. If you run, so if you ever want to replicate the same ad because it was so successful, then you'll know exactly which one. So I'm going to create page likes for my business, Dynamic Business Women. It's fairly self-explanatory, so I'm going to leave it as it is here. Now, locations. So this is very important. If you are only servicing business owners within a specific geographical area, then you're going to want to put Australia within, you can have up to a 50-mile radius or a custom radius of a specific place. Now you can enter more than one place here. I happened to live in a place called Exeter, so it comes up automatically for me. If you are an internet-based business and so you're not geographically restricted by your customers, then you can select just Australia or the UK or the United States, etc. And you just simply add that in here. Now, this is where our ideal customer avatar comes into play, and this is why it's so important that you know who exactly your customer is. So we're going to select people from an age range. So you might be wanting to, ideal customer perhaps might be women with children. So we might pick, say, from 20 to 45. You can select all, men or women. Here we're going to put in women. So languages. So you can specify people who only speak Chinese or English or American or Arabic or French, etc. So this is where you can place in your languages. All right. So let's just say I'm creating this ad for a business that wants to promote birthday cakes. Okay, so interests might be, here we go, Rebecca, angel food cake. Interests might also be, okay, here we've got birthday cakes. So if we're advertising birthday cakes, kids' birthday cakes, then in here you might want to put in your local football club. And for one of your pictures, you might want to put up a football birthday cake or something like that. So that really is niching down and really targeting your ideal customer. Now, behaviors, this is where we can select Facebook monitors what people are looking at and what they're doing online, etc. So if you specifically want to choose somebody who perhaps is a Facebook page administrator or somebody who specifically uses Chrome or something like that, I don't really use this section and you probably won't need to either. It really depends on your business. Now here we have connections, and I would recommend doing only people not connected to your business page, because don't forget, this specific ad is quite simply to get more likes to your Facebook page. Obviously you don't want to target people who are already connected. Okay, then we scroll down to budget. Now you need to have a set amount in mind. You can elect to choose a daily budget or a lifetime budget. So if you only want to spend, say, $100 or $50, let's just say $50, you want it to start today, you want it to end in a week's time perhaps, you can set that, and then Facebook will only continue to run the ad until you've spent your $50. Now, if you just want to have a continuous ad running, I've been quite successful with running an ad with a daily budget of just $5. And that was gaining me approximately 100 new likers per week. So you can choose either way. If you're only running an ad for a set amount of time, if you've perhaps got a limited time offer, then I would select a start and end date. And that's also easier to monitor exactly how much you're spending as well. So obviously you want to optimize it. I would keep it so that you optimize it for page likes. Now, when you scroll down here, this is where you get to select your images. So you can have up to 6 images, which I highly recommend that you utilize because it's a way of split testing what's working the best. So you could have 6 different types of photos. Some can be your own, some can be of the royalty-free images that Facebook allow you to use from Shutterstock. And then once it's run for, say, a week or so, then you can go back into your ads manager and you can check which picture is actually converting the highest. So you want to pick, out of the 6, you want to pick maybe the top 2 or 3 and just stop running the other ads with the pictures that aren't converting, because it's simply a waste of your money. So you can either upload your own image, or you can view stock images. So say if you were running an ad and you want to search on cupcakes. Okay, so these are all of the images that you can use for free when you're running your ads that are cupcakes. And as you can see, a lot of these are very bright, colorful. They're really images. I love this one because red just seems to pop out more on a page than any other color. But these images are all free for you to use. You just simply select one, pick them all, done. And then here's where you want your text. So this is the headline text that we were talking about. So this, try and use up as much of the 90 characters as possible. You really want to be able to convey as much as you can into your message. And then over on the right hand side here, this is actually how it's going to end up looking on other people's news feeds. Now, tip, you can actually elect to remove these ads from somebody who is perhaps going on Facebook on their mobile phone. I wouldn't recommend it. Something like 80% of Facebook users access Facebook through their mobile phones. The right-hand column here is the images that you see when you're on your news feed, and they're down here on the right-hand side. Now, I remove this because the right-hand side ads, for me personally, they don't work. They're not something that my eye is drawn to all the time. Plus, right-hand columns in news feeds don't show up on mobile devices. So for me personally, I think it's a complete waste of money. I would actually get rid of it and just leave it so that your ads show up in the news feed and in the mobile news feed. And that's it. That's all you need to do to create your first ad. Then you quite simply place order. I'm not going to do it because obviously I don't want to run this ad. And then what will happen is all 6 ads, now remember there's 6 because you're using 6 different pictures, all 6 ads will then be submitted to Facebook, who will then review and approve or deny the ad. Some of the things that are going to be denied is obviously foul language, overuse of text on your picture. I've been rejected. I've run a Facebook ad for a client who was a veterinarian who was promoting Dental Care Month, and it got rejected. Reason being is that I was promoting alcohol to under 18s. Okay, obviously I wasn't. But sometimes Facebooks have these little glitches, so you just need to just quite simply resubmit it. If you disagree with the reasoning as to why your ad has been rejected, simply resubmit. Okay, so now that you've run your ad and you've received all of these new likers to your Facebook page, then what? What do you do to actually convert them into clients? The one thing that you need to remember is Facebook isn't an asset that you own. Your Facebook page, your business Facebook page, is not an asset that you own. So it's very, very important that you get your Facebook followers, your tribe, to head on over to your website and sign up for your opt-in or your newsletter or whatever it is you're offering. The critical thing is that you want to be able to collect those email addresses. It's happened so many times to people that I know where they've just woken up one day and Facebook have deleted their page for no reason. Sometimes there's no rhyme or reasoning with Facebook. And so they have had to go through the process of proving who they are to be able to get their page back. Now, if they're unable to get their page back, then all of those likers that they've invested money in advertising to gain are gone. Okay, so you need to be able to use Facebook as that medium, as that springboard to get them over to your website, because once you've got that email address, that is an asset then that you own. Okay, so if Facebook all of a sudden decided that they were no longer in business and they completely shut down, you've lost all those followers. You've lost that tribe. But if you if you create these great opt-ins that get people to follow you, get people to follow your blog, etc., then you can reach out and connect with those followers the very next day. Okay, so it's really, really important that what I'm showing you now is just the first step, the very first step. So Facebook is great to gain new likers, but it's very important then that you put together a strategy that works out how are you going to get them from Facebook over to your website. And that is just simple things like perhaps doing regular blogs, creating what I call an ethical bribe. And an ethical bribe is something that you give in exchange for that person's email address. So it could be a free download, a free checklist, a free recipe, something like that. Okay. So just keep finding out ways that you can then through your posts, through your business page, keep finding out ways that you can get those people over to your website. So I hope this has helped clear up the confusion of creating your Facebook ad. As you can see, it's really, really easy. Don't be scared to get out, just do it. Okay, if you make a mistake on your ad, that's the whole purpose of testing and monitoring your insights, all right? So get rid of what's not working, promote more of what is working, and you'll be certainly on your way.